Serena, and I am doing Chapter 40, Integrated Curriculum Projects. This is a really cool project because it's an active learning project. So students are using vocabulary and are having experiences that demonstrate the knowledge learned in the multiple disciplines in school and applied in real life. So students are beginning to see the practical application of the subjects that they learn in school. So it's a really nice subject and a project to put together. So the first thing that you want to do is identify an authentic project opportunity. So this can be done within the news in your town, or a specific economic event, or it could even be something that's happening in your community and even your classroom. So what I decided to do, and another important thing before I start, is the student has to be enthusiastic about the project. You need to get their intrinsic motivation really working, especially for ELL students, so that they can really be interested in this project. So for mine, I am focusing in my classroom, and really for the school in a whole. The school has one of the highest crime rates in Pinellas County because of the area that they live in. So surrounding the school is a lot of violence and criminal activity. So students, I've noticed in the classroom, and the CCT has told me, use art to express themselves. And really, she says, are not being recognized for their amazing talents in art. So what I wanted to do was integrate art and make it a curriculum project. So how would I do that? Well, first, I would take where the ELL students and where my students came from and look at the art and ask them about the art in their culture. What do they notice about the art? What kind of art is used? So, and then we would go over some of the vocabulary based on their responses. So maybe it could be abstract art, it could be impressionism, realism, classicism, baroque art, if they're from Europe. It just depends where they're from. And it's a great project because we're going to take that and we're going to create our own piece of artwork for the community. So the students would write a letter to the mayor and ask if they could display their artwork around the town and their community and in those few streets, and really bring out and make the community a better place where students can express themselves through art instead of criminal activities or anything of that nature. Students will learn vocabulary as they learn about the different kinds of art. Students will get to know more of geography, where they see these ELL students. Where are they from? What kind of art? For example, in Cuba, many of my students are from Cuba. There's a lot of, like it says here, there's a lot of influences from Europe, North, South America, and African, and they'll really get to see, and we'll look at different pieces of art. And another cool idea that I was thinking, and I want to show you on my computer, is they would go on a field trip. It could be virtual, or it could be even in real life. So where they would take a field trip to the Dali Museum. There's a virtual field trip that we can do. So here's the gallery, and this is where some of Dali's artwork is, and you can see there's impressionism, realism. So students are going to be able to see the different kinds, and it'd be really cool if they could actually physically go as a class. But if it's not possible, students can take the virtual field trip. So there's a lot to see with that. And so this is also building their intrinsic motivation. The second step is to relate the project to grade level Common Core standards and DSL standards. So this is extremely important because yes, you are doing the project, but you want to make sure it's filled with standards so that students are learning and applying what needs to be learned in the grade level. So I did 5th grade. So they would use language arts because they're going to integrate information from several texts on the same topic in order to write or speak about the subject knowledgeably, because at the end of the project, students will speak about their findings and speak about their artwork and talk about what influences they had in creating it and so forth, and their experiences at the museum as well. And then they could also use social studies as they look at maps and they see what kind of artwork is majorly demonstrated in this region of the earth or in this part of the country. So they're really getting those core standards in. So the third step is identify the class goals. So the third is identify the class goals. So here the students want to discuss who's involved in here. So it's all of us, the mayor we need to contact, the parents need to be involved, the other townspeople need to know so that we can display our artwork. Um, Also, what is expected of me? What do I want to achieve? What do I want to overcome? What is my artwork gonna show to people? How am I expressing myself through art? So, and then they can look at some of the list of types of artwork, and it's just a great idea so that students are familiarized with social studies as well. It's a great integration of social studies and others. So students really need to see what do they want to get out of this project. Next would be establish working groups in their assignments. Students get to communicate as they work in groups, integrate learning, plan ways to involve cooperative groups in studying planning, so plan specific times for students to do that, and integrate assessments to ensure effective instruction. Some of the students could write what that person in what a specific member did for the group, and they can assess them on how well it performed, and they can even assess each other's art. What did they like about it? How were they all involved? So there it is. That is just one example of integrated curriculum projects. There's so many that can be done. There are many other ideas. This is just one that I think is so appropriate for my classroom, but as you have your own classrooms, you'll be able to decide. And it's great because you're really integrating and getting the students interested and active and applying it to real life experiences, because the end result, they are going to be in the real life world and they can take this knowledge that they learn in class and really apply it.